Heyo, what is up, everybody? This is Woes, and we're here with another draft recap-esque thing. Not esque thing, because this is an actual draft recap. And for a league that is going to stay around, and I'm so excited for this one. This one's crazy, and I fucking am in love with this style and everything. But I would have, I'm sure most people are, there are not many leagues out there that stay around. At least they're really hard to either A, they do stick around for a while, they're hard to get into. And they're really good. Or B, like, they just die immediately. Like, it's hard to just casually try to go in and actually have a league for a season. I was in one for literally a week and a half, like a month ago. Honestly, like, it was bad. Week and a half. We kind of just went on, and the Discord server was deleted, which was weird. But the dude even running it, like, on the Google Doc and everything on the spreadsheet, there was no like standings tab. There was no kill leaders. Like, there's a lot of things missing. Like, the doc was literally like the tiers, all the rosters on one page. A schedule. I think that was it. Like, it was so poorly done. But I figured I'd give it a chance. Thanks. Like, it was one of the ones that you even had to fill an application, but it was just run real poorly. So yeah, this one's not like that at all. This one's kind of different in several ways. I'm so excited. Number one, I'm recording this, right? I'm not a fucking idiot. Okay. Number one, it wasn't your normal tier draft. It wasn't a tier draft at all. And then it wasn't your normal sorry, it wasn't your normal points draft. We actually did an auction draft, which, for those of you who don't know, it's pretty simple. Pretty much, instead of you just, when it comes to your picks, saying I'm taking this, you had every mon was put up for auction unless you buy it now, which is always going to be like a much more expensive price. So we had 160 points. We had to draft 11 mons, and even if we would say, you know, you wouldn't draft someone right per se, you would say, like, I'm taking Tapu Koko. It's starting at 18 points or whatever it's at, and then you would just start bidding up and bidding. And then the highest bidder, I think it was like 30-second like timer, the highest bidder would get it. So, like, you had to keep track of, like, how many points you had left, what you need, trying to make people bid higher for stuff that you think they need. Like, it was just so much fun to actually happen. It was over the course of like 5 days, and everyone in this league was great. It was a bit of a pain in the ass going through, like, trying to do all the timers and spreadsheet and everything, but fuck, it was actually enjoyable. And worked out really, really well. I think everyone pretty much had their team by the end. Like, we didn't have issues with people bidding. We had really no issues at all, though we had a couple people that weren't there for like 2 days and they ended up getting really good teams because nobody could bid against them because they were at so little points. Like, some things went for like crazy high, which I'll get over in a second. But the other the fuck. Okay, I don't know what the hell that guy's talking about. Sorry, that just threw me off majorly in our Discord. But the other cool thing about it is, if you've noticed just by looking at me talk for 4 minutes, the nicknames right now are like 34, 3 years. This isn't a draft in a league for 1 season. This isn't for 2. This is for continuously playing in multiple seasons. Like, the schedule is only 8 weeks long, shorter seasons. But when you draft mons, you would then choose their contract length. For right now, it's only 1 to 3 years, but like, once we start expanding it to be like up to like 5, 6, 7, 8 years, that we can. Man, I don't know what's wrong with me. That was weird. Wow, I don't like. It sounds like I'm losing my voice, and I'm literally not. I need water. I need water up your shit. Oh, that sucks. You're gonna have to put up with that sound the entire time. I forget where I was at. But yeah, like, you'll see a little more once we get into it. But shit. Okay, I'm better. But like, combining all that into one, it's gonna be so much fun. not to mention that like it's a lot harder than what you think. Because you have to like you can't bid too high on things, or else you're kind of screw yourself over. You can't, undervalue everything, because then you won't get anything. You have to be smart with contracts, not having people there too long. Like it's gonna be so much fun. And like, the cool thing about this league too is you thought of some cool shit. Like at the end of seasons, Pokemon's gonna have certain ones are gonna have a personality like change, I guess. And if you like, every team's gonna have like 1 or 2 months that are either really good or underachieving, and then they're randomly gonna pick one, and it's gonna either demand more money if they're playing really well, which is gonna throw you off, or it's gonna demand a release if you have a bad season with it, possibly. So like in the one league I uploaded a couple, I think it was a couple months ago, where I had Tapu Koko, Megalop, and Zygarde. Zygarde did like nothing because Megalop and Coco did so much. We're like, it would be a possibility now, like even though I already have it on for 3 seasons, I would lose it. I could potentially just lose it because I didn't do anything with it. Like it's just such a cool concept. I'm so excited. But yeah, let's get into it. So my my plan here, like I said, 160 points, was I was thinking about this at work before the night before the day of the draft. And I'm sitting there going, all right, I'm gonna flex on these guys. I'm gonna walk in and just flop my dick out on the table, like first time as soon as Mega Metagross, which I figured was gonna be number 1, where Nagadel goes, I'm immediately throwing in 35 points, like, which is a lot. The buy now price on them are 40. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna intimidate people. Sorry if you heard that sound. I'm gonna intimidate people. I'm gonna stunt on them. I'm gonna overpay and just let them know who Big Daddy is in this league. Nagadel's first pick and went for 34. I think I was going for 30 with it. I was like, okay, I didn't want Nagadel, so I really wanted Mega Metagross, so I pretty much was holding out on it, hoping it would go soon. I think it was like the 3rd pick. So Nagadel went 34 along with Tapu Lele. I think it was 3rd. And so I did it. I came out of the gate, it started 18, 19, 20, boom, 35. Immediately responded with 36, 37. This motherfucker. Let me make sure I'm right, yeah. Mega Metagross went for 50 points. Which is so high. It is like, what, 35% of your 11 mons you have to take is with that? Like, holy shit. Not to mention that, like, people at that point did start buying now Ubers, because Darkrai, Aegislash both went for 40 on the buy now price, but there's also Darkrai and Deoxys Defense, which is ass, and only went for not even 30. But like, holy hell, like it. I think at that point we all just realized, like, shit, we're gonna be overspending here at the beginning a lot, which worked out pretty well for me in the long run. So you might pick him around. Talk about that stupid gender app, or that gender swap thing on Snapchat, and it's fucking throwing me off. So Tapu Koko came up. Tapu Koko was originally, just got rid of the dock too. 16? Nope, 17 points. It ended up going for 34, which wasn't awful. 34 is its buy now price, so I thought about it, but I was like, no, I think I might maybe get for cheaper. Couldn't. If I would have known Nagadel and Lele were only at 35 for me to get them, I probably, okay, I don't care. I probably would have gone in for them and maybe skipped on Coco. But yeah, got Coco for 34 points. I have it on here for 3 years, so over the next 3 seasons on here in this league, I'm gonna have Tapu Koko leading off, and just I love this mod. I've used it in like one league before, and it's so fantastic. Electric Surge is such a great ability because it increases it by, of course it doesn't say. Let's just see what's going on. Electric Terrain, yes. 5 turns. Electric type's doing 1.5, which is already good. What, 95 and 115 attack and special attack, all the way around. What else to do? There's a couple of things, but that was the main one. Like, the thing becomes like a nuke, and it is super fast, which is what I love to have on my team. It's that 1 or 2 months that are just so fast where they have to run a Scarf to outspeed it, because not everyone's gonna have anything above 130. Like Mega Lopunny, I think is really the only thing that naturally outspeeds it. I was drafted. Nope, that was it. Fuck. But yeah, it's gonna give me a good Volt Turner. Has a lot of coverage, especially and physically. This is one of my Z captains as well too. I get 2 Z captains. And this thing, it's something you need to prep for. Even if it doesn't come, like, you have to have answers for it. Otherwise, a Banded Wild Charge with Brave Bird just runs through pretty much every team. Especially, it has some good utility movesets in it too. With Roar, I think it screens. Does it? Yeah, it gets Fast On, which is going to be real helpful for if like they have, I don't know, a mon that's going to try to set up spikes and stuff like that. Or with Sticky Webs, I can taunt it first, make sure it can't. Sorry. Not to mention, it gets Mirror Move. I didn't know that. Holy shit, I could run like a Z Mirror Move set. That should be kind of dope. Plus, it gets Roost, and does it get Defog as well? Yeah, it gets Defog, so I think I have like 3 or 4, 5 hazard removals. Even though only one of them's actually good at it. But yeah, overall, it's a really good mod. It's a really fun mod, and I'm super excited I got it, even if I did have to overpay for it a little bit. So the next mod, that was for day 1. That was the only mod I got. I wasn't going to try to spend too much. Yeah. Day 2. Now, I'm going to blame this on the fact that I was at a get together with my friends, and we had a couple alcoholic beverages. But during the draft, I wasn't paying too much attention to how the draft was moving and how people were bidding. I have Kieran Black for 32 points, which is a decent amount. I didn't want this thing, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was just trying to make people a bit higher. But I was tipsy, and I was talking with them, my friends, and we were playing a game, and they looked down, and I see about 20 seconds after I bid, no one bid higher. It was at that moment I fucked up. I didn't really, it's not that it's a bad bot, I just didn't really want it. No, I don't want to say I'm stuck with it. I only have it for 1 year. We got to choose contracts with it, but I figured 1 year, I'll see what I can do. If it does really well and it works well with this team, I'll just re-sign him for a year or 2. If not, I have about 32 points next year, and I can get something else that's really good as well. Something that fits the team more, especially after using it for a season. That's a cool thing. I had this team. I can see what weaknesses I have, then I can fix them the following year in the draft, or free agent pickups or trades. So like if this thing doesn't work out and I need a, I don't want to say a better fighting type. So fighting type is pretty good. I need a better psychic. I have a really good psychic type. I need a better rock type. Sure. Okay. Dark type. There's good. No, fuck. I have a pretty good dark type. I need a better water type. There we go. I could possibly just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna let this thing walk, pick up mana fee for pretty much the exact same amount, if not less, and then be able to work with it. But he's not bad. He has, stupidly high attack. Like, look at that shit. It's so high. It has pretty good speed, even though it's not the fastest thing ever. It's still pretty good. Sally doesn't have access to like Dragon Dance, or else this thing would be so good. Which I guess is good because it wouldn't be broken. Really good mix attacker with things like Draco Meteor and Ice Beam. Earth Power as well really helps out with Terravolt, so the way things that normally are levitating, you can take effect to it, or you know, if I Fusion Bolt a Thundy, is that Thunderous? No, it's Thunderous, not Thundy Eye. I can still do damage to it. Like Terravolt's a really good build, it's basically Mold Breaker. But this thing actually does have a lot of coverage moves. It has Psychic, Shadow Ball, Shadow Claw, Signal Beam, Stone Edge, Zen Headbutt. Like it has the moves I need. I'm not a big fan of all of its weaknesses, and I've used it before and it was okay. I'm gonna give it one more try. Mainly because I have to, because I fucked up. But now moving on. After I took that, my pick was literally next. I was like, oh shit. I was gonna take something different, but it was worth more points. What the fuck was it? I think I was gonna go for like Mega Venusaur. I'm just sitting there like, oh shit, like I'm like, okay, this sucks. I have to take something a little lower now. Oh god, and I started panicking a little bit because I didn't want to get skipped. I was like, Fairy Dragon Steel Cores are a thing. Let's take Scissor that started with where did you start at? 13 points. It went up 9 points to 22, which isn't bad. That's pretty good. I'm actually okay with this price. This amount I use a decent amount. I actually really enjoy it. It gives me a slow U-turner to go with my very fast Volt Turner. It only has one weakness. It's good defensively. You can take a lot of the hits that like my first two mons can. Especially Super Vector would be like Fairy, Dragon, and Poison, which is ones they struggle with. But like 130 is a good attack. Gives me priority. Gives me another defogger. Gives me a set of potential. Even like an Agility Sword Stance set, which I really wouldn't do because Bullet Punch is still its main move you're going to use on it. To get Technician boost. But it gives me a Baton Faster again too if I wanted to. Use that for momentum if I can't, or possibly pass, you know, an Agility into one of my mons or something like that, or Sword Stance into them. But yeah, I really do like this thing. Like I said, 2 years. I didn't want to. We can only have, at least to my knowledge, 3 mons on 3-year contracts, and the 3 I picked are, I think, a really good core to have. So at least 2 of them work super well together. The one's borderline like super underrated. But I was like, okay, 2 years, that should be good. If I need to change it out, then I always can. Plus it's at a decent contract, so if I need to trade it, there's still a pretty good possibility I'll be able to. So I think those were the 2 I had for day 2. I think so. Yeah. Something like that. I think it was 5 days. So going into day 3, I had Tapu Koko, Scizor, and Gear Block. I was like, shit, I need some like defensive mons. I need some bulk. So somebody put up for bid a little unlock, which I love. I haven't used this thing in a couple months, but I love this thing. Good HP, good defense. Like, it's a really good special defensive mon, especially with Assault Vest. It has really good physical move coverage between Brick Break, Fire Punch, obviously Poison Jab and Gunk Shot, and Pursuit and Knockoff, and Shadow Sneak, which is really nice to finish off maybe a Focus Sash mon, or just get that a little bit of chip damage before it goes away. And Thunder Punch, even if it's in terrain, could really break down some bulky water types. Like it's a mon that I actually really love using. And when I saw it there, I was like, you know what, shit, I'm gonna see what I can get it for. It started out as $12, so really only went 4 points, which I'm completely okay with. Because this thing, I might have gone up to like 19 with it, around there, because I love this thing and I really want to use it. Plus it's going to help me really do. It's going to prevent psychic types from just sweeping through my teams. They're not too much of an issue because I have a couple things that can check them, but like it's still really good. I love it. It's something that I always try to get as a good dark type that I can spam knockoff with. Usually like a Weavile or a Drapion or something fast, but this one's more of a bulky one, and that's fantastic. Sorry, they're really throwing me off with this. Yeah, we fucking know. God damn it. Dude who runs the league is a fucking Australian chisel dude, and he's talking about that stupid gender change thing. He's like, wow, look at me behind. We're like, yeah, we know. Fuck. Sorry. So that wasn't my pick. My pick came up for round 4 or something like that. And I put in for Blastoise. I was looking at it. I needed a water type. I bid on... wasn't Melodic. It was one of the other ones on prior to Rotom Wash. No. Slowking. That's right. The round before I put in for Slowking, I did get outbid on it. I wasn't going to go too high with it, and he put up a decent amount actually for it, which was surprising because I was trying to take something lower tier. That way I would be able to save up my points for later in the draft. But also, I figured people wouldn't go for it. Slowking went for a 20. Like, that's a lot. So instead, I let him take it, and then took Blastoise for 8 points, which is kind of a steal. Has a really good defensive setup. 80 isn't the greatest HP, but 100 and 105 are really nice. Not to mention, it's a rapid spinner. You can spin away rocks. It has a really good move pool with things like Fake Out, Haze, and I just saw 2 Dragon Tail just to phase people in and out. Power Up Punch. I want to start setting up Skull to possibly burn things. And its attacks aren't too far off, so it's not like I would really lose much between going like split with it or mixed. But it has a lot of things I can use it for, and I'm super excited. Even then, like after it was taken, like people were like, "Wow, I can't believe it only went for 8," which I'm shocked too. I think it started out at 8. Like no one bid on it. Yeah, nobody bid on it. I don't get it. I'll take it. I guess nobody wanted to try to make people bid higher and then end up stuck with them on. Speaking of which, I was not trying to get Doublade. I did it again. I fucking tried to bid people up and then I got screwed. It's not bad. It's not awful. It actually works well. The one thing I'm starting to get is a little bit of a ground weakness. I have a decent ground weakness, but I have things that can kind of take it. By that I mean like I have like 2 things that can kind of take it. But it has good defense, it has good attack, and I just at this point I stopped trying to. I only bid on things I wanted for the amount I wanted. I didn't try to make people pay more. Because 2 my 11 bonds I didn't want. They're both on 1-year contracts, so if I don't do too well, I'm going to blame it on that. But Ghost Steel is a pretty good typing, offensively and defensively. It's really slow, so Gyro Ball. Gets Gyro Ball, right? Yeah. Gyro Ball works out well with it. It has priority with Shadow Sneak. It has coverage that it needs, pretty much being Sacred Sword. It has no cover, which is cool, which I might be able to take advantage of. Not really, because Rock Slide, I guess. Everything else it has 100 accuracy on, so. But it gets, oh shit, it gets Destiny Bomb, which I don't know why I'm surprised by that. But yeah, like I said, it wasn't a mon. I'm probably gonna bring week 1 though, because it actually has a decent matchup. But it was not something that I really wanted. I've played the funny thing is too, like I played a game with it on monotype rando battling like after it happened, and I got a clean 6-0 sweep with it, which is nothing very. I was like, god damn it, like the people want me to like this. Apparently the gods, Arceus himself, just trying to force a thing down my throat. But 10 points was a decent amount for the fact that it started out at 8 as well with Blastoise. I figure people are gonna pay more for it. I don't know why people don't bid on Blastoise, but the next pick came around to me. At this point, I was looking at decent fire weakness. I only had one real answer to it, being Blastoise. So I'm gonna get another one just in case. Plus, it's a mon I like, which is Regirock at 7, which is originally 5. So one person bid on it. I outbid him once. 2 years. I actually really enjoyed this thing. It has such a like 200 defense is amazing. 100 special defense just looks lackluster compared to the 200, but it has good attack stat. Like I think it's if you look at Mew being a really good wall, like this thing has to compare with it because its stats aren't too far off. Yeah, it doesn't get Will-O-Wisp, but it can still do a decent amount. It has good coverage. Drain Punch, Earthquake, Ice Punch, Rocky Head. I actually think it might. It's not gonna hit Smash. That's fine. Iron Head. Toxic T-Wave, stuff like that. It's overall pretty good. I actually really enjoy it, but as you can see right now, like I said, ground weakness, so shit. But going through the draft, it was a couple days. Like I put in for other stuff too. I think a little Impersion that got taken away from me. I didn't really bid too much on other stuff then. After like the whole once again losing out on fucking Dewblade. I think I put in for I think it was Swellow. I put in a 1 or 2 for before I got my flying type. A Raquinid just to try to get webs, and it's actually a pretty good mod. Virizion, stuff like that, but I didn't get any of the other ones. Wheezing I think as well. My next pick came around. It was this point, luckily, afterwards, I sat down with my remaining points and went, okay, what can I get? I have 4 more spots to fill. And looking at it, I'm like, okay, I could actually get this thing that works super well with Coco. And it's one of my favorite mods. I love Hawlucha so much. Hawlucha with Electric Seed? For some reason I thought it was different. Electric Seed is just so good. It gives you that +1 defense, which you gives a shit. You now outspeed everything. If I bring him and Coco, which I both have him for 3 seasons, I'm so happy about. I will always have the fastest thing on the field unless I somehow let people set up to like +5 speed. And the cool thing about this thing is you don't even have to really run speed on it. Like I think last time I used it, the person had Tornadus, so I just did to make sure I could outspeed a Scarfed Tornadus at max speed. It was like 120 EV investment, which okay. In case you don't know what this thing does, Unburden gives it double speed, and then when you combine that with Acrobatics or a setup move and Drain Punch and High Jump Kick, like it just runs through team. Especially if their Stealth Rocks up and they're chipped down, like. This thing I think might be like the MVP of my team. And here's the best part of it. I didn't get bid on with it at all. Because I waited till the last couple rounds, a lot of people, A, didn't have the points left to spend 14 on a mon. Or B, they knew what they only could take one high point mon. And they knew which one it was going to be, so they couldn't take it. Plus, the only person I thought might take it was the person who drafted Lele. And they didn't, so I was like, okay, dope. I was so nervous. I was like, I need this pick. And I got this pick, and I'm so excited. And then I followed that up, because I was towards the end of the draft, picking up Necrozma for 14 as well, not getting bid on it. For some reason, this thing is so good. If you haven't used it, I think this thing is better Mew. I'm probably gonna name it Better Mew because it's better. Like, I'm a fucking idiot. Like it's just as good defenses. It's slightly slower, yes, but I can actually utilize setup moves. Like this thing can actually sweep. You cannot. I don't care what people say. People have used rock polish short stance or nasty plot or sword stance, and it gets 1, maybe 2 kills, and then dies because it can't take a hit then after it gets chipped down a little bit. This thing can Prism Armor is such a cool ability where I think it's taking 3/4 of the damage. Yeah. So yeah, even if you do knock off, I'm still probably taking it, get the weakness policy boost, and then get up my rock polish. Now I have to beat everything. Then I'm sweeping, unlike Mew, which sucks ass. The only cool thing about Mew in a league at this point is running a Baton Pass weakness policy set, which I've done, and it's a lot of fun. Tank the knockoff, get the +2s, get the which I don't think we can do this league because I don't think we can only pass 1, and then you immediately predict it and Baton Pass out to really fast mon, and then you just win. I didn't win with it though, sadly. But yeah, Necrozma, it's really good. It has so much potential with Autonomize, Recall Mind. Does it get Sword Stance with also Sword Stance? It gives me another Stealth Rocker. You can use Rock Polish instead. It can breathe, has reliable recovery with Moonlight and Morning Sun. It even has Trick Room if I needed to, if I wanted to. Reflect and Light Screen, like it has really good coverage moves. Like this thing is my other Z Captain, by the way, and this thing is super underrated, and I'm so excited. So like I said, another 3 years, I have Coco, Halucha, and then Necrozma for 3 seasons. Like that's why I think like once I figure out what this team needs, I can, once I get rid of only 2-3 mons, but I can get rid of the other ones. I can drop them if I need to. But yeah, I use most of my remaining points on those 2 months. I have 3 points left after this. So the whole not getting bid higher on fucking dude who ran this league. Thor, you're such a dick. He outbid me for this right away, and I was like, God, you asshole. And then he had 9 points. He didn't even have 14. He was just trying to make me bid higher because he's a dick. And so I got it. I'm like, it's funny, but like, fuck you. I'm sure you're gonna watch this, so fuck you. So the next 2 months, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try. Now I'm gonna go to the last pick I made, which was Magmar. Magmar, decent speed, 93, has decent attack. It gives me a fire type, which is something I need. I needed a real cheap one. Probably won't come to any games really, but just in case it does, I have a Magmar. You'll probably never see it though. But I wanted to make something. I wanted to pick something that I personally have not seen drafted. And if it did get drafted, it was never brought. I want to bring it. It's gonna fucking do well. I got Gumshoes. Like, I took it for one reason. Its abilities are really good. 110 attack is actually pretty high. It can take a hit with that 88 HP. But here's the reason why. Fuck, I keep trying to do it on my OPS. Stakeout doubles the attack when it targets against a target that's switched in this turn. If you fucking switch out on me, you turn volt switch. I have to check to make sure it's also switch out. You're taking a You're gonna take an attack at fucking 700 stat. Like that's, no one's gonna fucking live that. Oh, but I also have adaptability, and then I could run, choice band, adaptability, then have it take a single hit and then just fire off a fucking thrash at 120 base power. You know what's living a choice banded adaptability boosted thrash? Nothing. You know what's gonna take a choice banded thrash on a switch out with stakeout? Nothing. A ghost type. I have crunch though, and if I predict that, you're fucking dead. I was running the calcs. I was curious. Like, adaptability thrash Oko's a fully defensive Clefairy from full HP. Like it's this thing's gonna. I think it might be able to put in work in certain situations, and I will hope it does. 'Cause God, that'd be amazing. But yeah, 2 years. That's why this was originally 1. I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna get this thing to get at least 3 kills in a game. That would never happen. I'm gonna use this thing pretty much to trade 1v1. That was my game plan with it. Lead off with it, have it take a hit, and then kill something. Because it can live a single hit. It's not fast enough to outspeed anything, but it can live a hit and then kill something. So if I can trade this for a Clefairy, like I said, or this for a Weavile, or this for a, I don't know, does it get Ice Punch? It does. Like a Zygarde, like this will benefit 100%. But yeah, that's my team. I'm super excited for it. A little bit of a longer one, I know. Sorry about that. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm so excited. And for this season 2, I'm even going to do live comms for it because I want to. So you can see my team a little bit. Do live comms, and you'll probably use face cam as well, so you get to see this fucking ugly son of a bitch all the time now. But yeah, thanks for watching. That's all I can think of. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Peace out.